Hey everybody,
Hello!
welcome to the market update for November 2019. I almost said 2020.
It's going to be 2020 in a matter of weeks, which is crazy.
Which
crazy
is
to think
crazy.
about. This year flew by.
I know this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I was looking at my calendar. Well, we were looking at this morning at breakfast, and I was going through, and we're looking at December dates, and all of a sudden it was Christmas.
If you're wondering, yes, we also eat breakfast together. We see each other all the time. It's crazy.
Moving on. So, market update. We're going to talk today about some of the Calgary market, what's happening, what we're seeing, recent stats that we just pulled. We're in November now. So let's jump in and just get going with it. So,
Giddy up.
I mean, this is totally on the fly, but I think where we're at in the market right now is where is perception versus reality, media versus reality, right? There's a lot of news stories going out there about the market, about job, about economy, this kind of stuff, but what's really happening behind the scenes with the real estate market specifically. So, so let's jump in and go for it. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Alex, why don't you take us off? Start us off here.
Start us off. Well, if you're familiar with our videos, you've seen this map before. This is on our website. So if you're interested in getting a chance to play around with this map, we're happy to send you this information. Just maybe put in a comment, and we can make sure that we get the website address out to you. But this just basically tells us what we're looking at as far as the last 3 months of Calgary's real estate market. And if we're looking at the sales, right now we can see that 66% of homes that were listed in the last 3 months have sold, which might be a little surprising depending on what you're hearing in the media. And currently we're sitting at 4.5 months of inventory. And that number might not mean a whole lot to you, so just a quick recap. When we're measuring months of inventory, that tells us what kind of market we're in. So 2.5 months and under puts us in a seller's market. 2.5 to 4 months worth of inventory is a balanced market, and then 4+ is a buyer's market. So when we're looking at that, we see 4.5 months of inventory. That would tell us that we're into a buyer's market. But that being said, our inventory is sitting at 6,490 homes, which is significantly lower than it was at this time last year.
Yeah.
By close to 2,000, maybe even a little bit more than 2,000 homes. We'd have to go back and look. But we were definitely hovering around that 8,000, 8,500.
Almost 9, yeah.
Yeah, so that is a significant difference between last year at this time, which was a challenging market, and this market that we're in right now. So when there's low inventory like that, good product, good options aren't hanging around that long. And when we say good product or good options, we're talking about things that are priced properly, great condition, upgraded, those kind of things that people are looking for. If there's good value there, they're not staying on the market. So that's some kind of general terms of what we're looking at as far as the city goes. And of course, as we touched on this a little bit last month, a couple of weeks ago when we did our last video, what is true for the city is not always true for each community. And if we scroll down and see that map a little bit closer, you can see, we call this our heat map.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We have to rename that now.
I call it our heat map. Apparently, I'm the only one.
I haven't.
So on this map, it just kind of shows you months of inventory based on each community in Calgary right now. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see green is good for sellers. Blue is kind of your balanced market. And then dark blue and purple represent your buyer's market. So when we're looking at this map, you can see there are quite a few communities that are in what we would classify as a seller's market. I'm just going to pick on one here. If we look at Thorncliffe, they have 2.48 months worth of inventory. So that would technically be classified as a seller's market. It doesn't mean there isn't deals to be had, but you just need to know that inventory is low or it's selling off pretty quick. And then Country Hills, kind of same thing, we're at 1.8. So if you're looking around town, you can see different communities have definitely different markets happening right now. And a lot of that is determined by price point. The lower price points are moving a little bit quicker. You can look at Shawnee Slopes, the nice new community of Shiny Slopes is not doing very well at 15 months worth of inventory. So if you're watching this and you want to sell your house on Shiny Slopes, it's going to be a little bit of a battle. And same with Seaton. So yeah, like I certainly encourage people to hop on this map and just kind of look at it. Again, it's generalities, so we're talking all products in this, but you know, it's nice to see what we're actually dealing with instead of what you may be hearing on the news, because the news, you know, good news doesn't sell that well. Fear sells a lot better.
So true.
Yeah,
so true. It's kind of frustrating watching headlines and just like grabbing the headlines and seeing them, right? Like it's it's kind of frustrating. So no, that's great. And I think we got the comment. The link is in the comment. Thank you, Stefan, for putting that in there.
Great guy, that Stefan.
Great guy. And when you go to that page, there's a lot of really good information. So whether you're looking for an attached, detached, use it for your own research. For if you're buying a house, planning on selling, that kind of stuff. There's some great things there. So I'm just gonna close one thing here. There we go. We got stuff popping up all over. So and also, if you're watching, let us know where you're from. Comment below. Give us. I know there's 3 of you that are watching right now. So yeah, tell us where you're from. We want to interact and be here for you guys. And if there's questions you have about the market, specific things, we will do our best to not make up the answers on the spot.
We never do that.
Barely. Okay, so if you guys follow our Instagram or you follow any of our social media channels, one of the things that we put out each month is a post that kind of ties in some of the slides like this. And so the one I want to focus on is the number of sales that are happening right now in Calgary. We're actually seeing an increase of sales. As of last year, this last month, so October 2018, we are almost 10%, 9.6% higher number of sales than we were last year. So there is positive things in the marketplace. People are moving to Calgary. Things are happening here. I never really listened to the radio, but I heard an ad the other day talking about how Calgary, it's just the tech market, and we are hiring for tech individuals. And even one of our past clients that we've known for years, they relocated to the other side of Canada, essentially to find a better job, but they got headhunted and they're moving back for a tech job. So it's really interesting to see this sector changing, because we could easily start seeing different market changes happening over the next 6 months as people are moving to Calgary. If you would have seen one of our last live videos, we did a class, one of our university classes, and on there Lane Walters, who's one of our brokers, he presented talking about, he followed all the stats for people moving to Alberta. And if you've heard the news and whatever over the last number of years, or even the last 16 months, you've heard that, you know, Alberta's jobs are kind of flat. But what's super, super interesting is Edmonton's jobs have actually decreased by 25,000 or so. Calgary's jobs have increased by almost like 40-something thousand. So those are not exact numbers, but what was really interesting about that is you can't just look at these headlines and understand and say, well, it is what it is. You need to dig down deeper, or have resources where you can go to and find that out. And we want to be that for you. So as you're looking at this, people are moving to Calgary. That's why when you actually look, if we go back to here, oh, Alex, your face is on the screen now. But if you go back to here and you're looking at, is it months of inventory? Yeah. Like there's a lot of communities, whoops, there we go. A lot of communities that are just like really low in terms of months of inventory.
I think the biggest adjustment, because what you're saying, according to Stats Canada, is very true. Calgary has seen, and Alberta has actually seen migration, which is crazy to think, from other places in Canada and even North America to Calgary and Alberta. But we have to keep in mind what we're used to might not be our normal now. We were used to the oil field jobs, and in Calgary specifically, we're office oil company office jobs and things like that. And that, we're not trying to downplay what's happening in that industry. We know that that industry is suffering. But we do have people coming here in other industries, and I think that is an encouraging sign.
Yeah.
Anytime you're in a downturn like this, it's a good opportunity to diversify, and I don't want to get all, economic and political because I'm talking out of my depth a little bit, but it is encouraging to see that we are having people coming, and what changes then is our price points typically may have a shift. So we've always seen a lot of activity in the $3 to $450 range, but now that's the one that's driving our real estate market.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, it's true. So awesome. Anything else that we wanted to talk about? Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. I think we did it.
We're good.
We did it.
Cool. Well, so 10 minutes and 11 minutes. Took us 11 minutes to get here, but I hope it was worth the journey for you. And if you have questions, comment below. And just kind of at Chamberlain Group, when you make the comment, it'll alert us. We'll see it because this will be on our site for a while, replaying. So if you see this, you have comments, questions about the market, questions about that page that we shared, whatever it is, please feel free to reach out. We're here to help you basically have a better real estate journey. So with that, I want to leave you with a quick video. We want you to hear from one of our wonderful friends and past clients, Mark Fauser. We helped him a couple years ago sell his condo and purchase a home. And that's not the easiest thing. So here is Mark to tell you about his journey, and we're going to sign off.
It's not the hardest thing because it's Mark. It's just complicated because condo to a house. Well, I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Or is it, Mark? See ya.
Cheers.
One of the fears I had was trying to sell a condo in the market and then trying to upgrade into a house that we could afford and want, but also get the condo gone when we wanted it gone. You hear stories about people who would have condos on the market for forever, or you see listings that are still there, and they just keep knocking the price down, never seem to go. So when we had the opportunity to see the house that we wanted to purchase, I ended up calling Alex and I said, hey, are you working today? I could hear Brandy and the kids in the background. He goes, should I be? Said, we want to put in an offer. He said, okay, give me half an hour. Where are you at? I'll meet you guys there. So from there, just the way that he took over the whole transaction and pointing us into the things that we wouldn't think about, recommending the home inspector, and then walking us through the home inspector report saying, that's going to happen at every house. Don't worry about this. This is a key one. Let's look more into this. Just helping us do things that we wouldn't have known how to do because we don't sell houses or buy houses often. I think the most important thing was you asked me the question, do you want to list your place or do you want to sell your place? So I had in my head what I thought my condo should have been going for because I thought it was the best in the building. But you told me the realities, the markets, you did the research to show here's what units in your building actually sell for. And if you want it sold, we list at this. If you want to put it on the market, let it sit for a month while your dream home passes you by, then we put it at that and you just sit and you wait and you keep knocking it down. So the research that you put in to find out what price we needed to sell it at, that's what got it gone in 3 days. Going from my first experience with a real estate agent versus meeting the Chamberlain Group about 7 years ago, and then continuing to build that relationship with me, inviting us out to different events for the alumni. And even though I haven't bought a home with them in the last 4 years, they're still asking me to come out and be a part of things like this. It's certainly more of like a friendship family atmosphere than a business transaction. My name's Mark Fauser, and this is my Chamberlain story.